1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Company Lost Podcast. I'm DeMonte Jameson.
I'm Aaron Kraft, and we got the first episode with two guests today. We got returning Ashley Pierce, and then we got a new guest that I'm very excited to have on the show. We got Seth Stevens.
Hello.
Hi.
But this is our first double episode. We got one angle, we got two angles, and we're trying something new. We're seeing how this will go. Hopefully it'll go well.
Double guest, double cameras.
Double the guests, double the cameras.
We'll start right here. How's everyone been so far?
Good.
All right.
Great weekend.
Good.
Birthday weekend.
Oh
Yeah,
Yeah, when's your birthday? How'd that go?
Oh,
19.
my birthday. 19.
20,
I turned 19. I turned 19. I wish.
God.
No, I turned 20. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Surprise party. I was surprised. And
Surprising.
very surprising. Yeah, surprising surprise party. It was a lot of fun.
Have you ever had a surprise party before?
No, never. I have never hung out with that many people on my birthday either. So it was two firsts for me at once. It was a lot of fun.
What's it like walking into a surprise party being the person doing it?
Well, okay. So to tell a little story, Seth here actually scared the crap out of me whenever I walked into my surprise party because he had his little party hat on, and I was like, what is that? Because all the lights were off, and I saw the streamers, and I was like, oh, what is going on? And then I looked to try to look at Aaron because he was behind me, but Seth was also behind me, and I was like, what is that? And I screamed because he's just so scary.
Seth was
He was literally in the corner just looking at me like this.
He was in the corner laying up against the wall. And
Well, I didn't expect you to immediately look at me. I had to go through evasive maneuvers.
And because it was so dark, you couldn't even make out his facial features. It was just a body right there. I didn't even know it was you until you're like, what did you even say? You said,
I blew my thing.
He was
I
like,
don't know
happy
what words.
birthday!
happy birthday. And then everyone else walked out.
We weren't ready yet. I think you were just banking on them just not seeing
Not looking
you.
to the
If they did,
yeah.
whatever. If they did, oh well.
I was going to wait on y'all to
Cut.
come out and say happy birthday.
And
And
there
then
was
I was
like
going
a-
to come up behind them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double surprise.
I feel like I would have gotten scared either way. Though. And apparently Rafe was standing in the office. So when you walk in, there's an office right in front of you. And apparently Rafe was standing in the office smiling at us menacingly in the dark. And thank God I didn't see that.
But with
Sounds
that,
so fun.
let's get to know our guest a little bit. Our new guest, Seth. So, Seth, why don't you go? Who is Seth? Who is Seth Stevens?
Who is Seth?
In your opinion, who is Seth Stevens? In your opinion, being that it is you.
God, that's a...
Loaded question. It can be, you can go as deep as you want.
It usually is, but
Yeah.
just
if
yourself.
someone's meeting you for the first time, who is Seth?
A cool guy.
Cool guy. I like that.
He's a
super
gangsta.
cool guy.
He's
a
a
cool
gangsta.
A cool dude.
Some consider me a pimp.
pimp.
Some consider you a cool guy. Some consider you a pimp. And with that, how has your obviously we asked earlier, but if you want to go more in depth, how has your life been so far?
It's been good. I've been experiencing a lot of changes recently, mental-wise and physical-wise, and just, experiencing life a lot more. And
Yeah.
it's a long story, but it's been pretty good recently, and I've been finding myself a lot more.
That's good. That's good to know.
Slay.
I understand that you dabble in the music.
Mhm.
You do a little bit of music, a little bit of FL studio making. Cooking in the studio.
He be
Just
cooking in the
Just a
kitchen.
Just a tad.
How, I meant to ask you this last time I saw it. How, if you can remember, what event, in your life put you on that path to do more in music? What triggered that, creative flow of, oh, I want to do music?
Well, my brother was a huge, creative guy, and whenever he was in high school, and so he was taking acting classes and doing drama stuff, and making music and all that, and he took piano lessons when he was really young, and we have this old piano that sits in our living room, and he used to go in there and play it, and he was a really good piano player, and I just used to sit in my room and listen to him play, and then whenever he would go back to his room, I would just go up to the piano and I'd tap the keys a little bit, and I started watching YouTube videos, and I learned a couple songs, and in a couple songs you can learn a lot of chords, and in those chords I just started messing around, doing my own thing, and then I kind of started picking up other instruments like drums and ukulele and bass, and it's all just been, a journey, and all of it, I don't know. I can't read music. I don't really
Really?
care. Yeah, I don't really care to learn to read music.
I heard some people who just make music don't
Yeah,
bother.
They don't
I
really
play by
bother
ear,
you.
I'd rather play by ear than
Yeah.
I can already play, so why put myself through the stress?
And if it
Yeah, I was trying to read it.
if it sounds good, then it's like that's all you need.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, in my mind, yeah.
Yeah.
I own a ukulele and an acoustic guitar, but
Mm-hmm.
I can never get around to learn it because I can never get the chords right because my
Yeah.
fingers are so like.
I have
Yeah,
the same
huge.
problem.
Yeah.
It's just, my fingers are the same way at first, and
Yeah.
your fingers get used to it. You start
Yeah.
to kind of like dislocate your fingers anyways, and I can see, like, from playing the ukulele for so long, that right here is kind of like chipped off the edge of my fingernails compared to over here,
Oh yeah.
where it's
yeah,
like
right.
bigger, and it's just,
Okay.
wear
One
and
of those
tear.
things,
Yeah,
one of those
wear and
things.
tear.
So to kind of go off to Ashley now, ask same question. How have you been so far since our last episode? How have you? Which that was
Yeah, it was a
while
minute ago. It was one of our
Yeah,
other
that was a
ones.
minute ago. How have you been so far since then?
In the past months, a lot has happened for sure. I would say I'm doing better. I had to go through some struggles first, like everybody does, but I did get a lot better. Got a lot closer to my friends, and I don't know. It's been different, but I think it's like a good different. It's one of those difference that whenever I was a little girl, I was like, oh, I hate the color pink. Oh, I hate cute things. Oh, like, no, that's not me. I literally got a Sanrio shirt for my birthday, and I was so happy about it. I was like, oh my god, Hello Kitty! Like, it's so stupid, but I like that. So it's been good. It's been good.
That's good to know. And I also understand, as I probably know for a while now, you're pursuing that business degree. How has that been going?
Business degrees are difficult, for sure.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Do you feel like people kind of trash on business degrees
All the time. I think it's ridiculous. In the same way as an engineer has to guess what the problems are going to be. How am I going to solve it? A lot of people why am I learning this math? I'm never going to use it. Well, for people like engineers and business majors, and I'm sure other majors, but those two specifically, you have to know everything all the time to try and fix whatever comes your way. Reading the economy, are you serious? Why do people think that's so easy? Who would have ever guessed COVID happened? Nobody. But you know who had to solve it? People like me. People like me. No, you don't know what's gonna happen.
So do they incorporate that into the lectures and stuff to
Yes.
where you're learning?
Yes.
So how it's make that drastic change?
Absolutely, yeah. And so with economics, right now I'm taking macroeconomics. So macroeconomics is a study of basically a whole country's economic state. What's the GDP? What's the capital per person? What is what is the CPI, which is the inflation rate? I have to learn all of this stuff. I have to know when COVID happens, what happened to the CPI? How do we calculate that for the future, whatever happens? And that sucks. It's so hard. And people who are it's so easy. If you're a CS major out there, rave. And somebody's telling you that a business degree is easy. Yes, it's easier than your degree, but it is not easy. It is definitely not.
Yeah.
But I love my degree.
That's good.
I love to learn all that stuff. I love it.
Yeah. And now to backpedal. We're going to be going back and forth just because for the first time having two guests. We want to make sure you all get the good questions in.
Fine.
But for you, Seth, this is a bit more. This made me think of a college essay topic kind of question. And if you want to expand on this, you can. But if you could use 3 words to describe your music, what your music means to you, what would it be? And you don't have to limit it to just 3. I was just kind of thinking of more not to limit yourself, but what 3 words stand out to you, if that makes sense.
I think
It is kind of a loaded question. Also, now that I think about it, it's a bit more of a question you action you put thought into.
Yeah. I mean, I think overall, in order, trauma, hurt, and healing.
I agree with it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, I feel the healing part especially is definitely one that stands out, because I feel with music, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, if you've had any experience like this.
Okay.
Music, it's all about like healing. Something about music just does nothing but heal. It doesn't really hurt in the sense of like listening to it, I should say, if that makes sense.
I think there's a feeling to music, and when you're listening to it, you can like just the way that it makes you feel. You know, it can make you happy, it can make you sad, it can make your shitty days better, and you know, just brings out who you really are. You know.
Yeah.
It's like an art form.
It is art.
It's how you express yourself.
Yeah.
What's your approach to making music? Like whenever you're going in to making it, do you have like a solid vision, or do you kind of just go with what you're feeling at that moment?
I kind of just go with the wind, because most of the time, whenever I'm making a song, it's because I'm in a mental state, and like I've always just had this ability to just be able to sit down and like make a beat and then not write down anything but sing, you know, and then like if I don't like it, I'll delete it and then sing again, delete that and sing it, and it's good, you know, so I'll keep that and then I'll just keep adding on to it. And it's just it makes the most sense in my mind, you know.
And when I hear people describe music like that, it really comes back to how it really is art, because that I make a bit of like art myself, and that really is like the process. And when you do it, you kind of you look at what you have there, and then you're kind of like, maybe I can add something to that. Maybe I can make it better, or maybe what I thought was better before isn't actually something that's making it better. It's all about just like you said, feelings at that moment, because those things could change, and then it could just make great things happen. Stuff like that.
Do you write more when you're like sad?
Yeah, definitely.
That's when I do art.
It's
That's when I do art.
Yeah, it's most of the time it's like I can sit down, you know, having a good day, and I won't be able to make anything, or I'll make something and I'll just be like, wow, this is crap, and delete it. And then but on I'm like, I just fumbled over my words.
You're good.
Yeah, brain fart.
You're so good. But like on like your sad days, it's probably a little easier. But on your good days, no, I get that. Whenever I used to do art, if I do a lot of collage pieces, so like how that has like newspaper on it, or like how other things just have this like collage of like different colors, different kind of things. Like if I'm really sad, I use paint all the time, because like so therapeutic, just like stabbing into like your canvas, like when you're sad, you're like, oh my god.
Oh
like,
yeah, stabbing, yes.
Yeah, you know, therapeutic.
Shoving
So I know what you mean, because if you're over there playing your ukulele, and you're like strumming it like hard, like you're really passionate, like when you're doing it. So I know what you mean.
Yeah, you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears into it. It's not just like,
you're
bored, let me make this.
Yeah, you're putting your emotions.
There's more
it.
emotion behind it.
Yeah. I just want to make stuff that people can relate to. You know, I don't really, as long as, you know, my music out there has made somebody's day better, somebody's life better, you know, I'd be happy with my life.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care about the fame or the money or any of that.
Just so sweet.
How long does that process like usually take? That kind of goes back to the question I asked before.
To make a
to make a song.
For me, it's weird, because I made a song. I was going through this I was stuck in this corner in my mind, and I was talking to my roommate, my best friend, and he was like, I was like, I don't know what I should do. I mean, I just feel, you know, I feel like there's nothing I can do to fix the situation to make myself feel better. And at this point, it had been like 2.5 years since I'd made a song, you know, since I've even like really tried to mess with any of that. And he was like, just make a song. And I was like, you know what, you're right. And I went and sat down and I made a song, and like I had all the words down in like 15 minutes, and I had it recorded and stuff within like 2 hours, and it just like, you know, really clicked in my mind, like, wow, you know, I had that potential.
Yeah.
This whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just, I've been, this mental block has prevented me from, you know, doing this, and, you know, I've been trying to break that mental block recently.
Which is hard. Which is so hard.
And in that, have you ever been, like, not frustrated, but have you ever like been making a song and listening back and you're like, that's not right? Like, it's missing one more piece, and finding that piece is like ever been frustrating to you?
Yeah, it has. You know, I've gotten to the point where I'll just like delete the entire project, but that's how I used to be. You know, and I think that's my writer's block, like those 2.5 years ago, why I stopped making music, because, you know, I would make something and I would be like, oh wow, okay, this sounds good, you know, I'm
Right.
digging it, and I would get halfway through the song and it'd be like, this is horrible, and then just delete the entire project, you know, without even giving it a second shot.
Yeah.
And I did that so repetitively, you know, so I just wanted it to be perfect, and I wouldn't post anything that I wouldn't like, you know.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yeah.
you know.
I know
I feel
exactly
that.
what you mean. Did you do that thing where you would go back and re-listen to it over and over and
Yes.
be like, okay, does this sound good? Like,
Yeah.
even after you
No,
post
I would
it?
like keep going in Jordan's room, like, hey man, come here, like,
Yeah.
tell me,
Like,
Yeah.
does it
ready
sound
Yep.
good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, be honest.
Well, listen, Seth. Now that we've gotten to know you a little bit more musically, let's get to know you a bit more cinematically. What are some of your favorite movies you have, or is there anything you really like watching?
I'm a huge
Anything
horror-
lately?
Lately, not really. A bunch of movies
Yeah.
have been pretty
Yeah.
graphically. I mean,
Yeah.
Avatar is pretty good, cool.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, that's like,
Watch
Let's talk about that one.
you know, you just remember that you guys were alive whenever Avatar 2 came out in theaters.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's something to remember.
That's
yeah.
wild.
But I'm a huge horror movie geek, and
Ooh,
I
good.
love horror movies, and it's like, I don't even get scared by them. I just sit there and I study them. I'm like, that was good.
Yeah, you're like an all
Yeah,
because,
You're trying to,
that's
you're
what
trying
I
to figure
do.
out who the
Yeah.
murderer is as
Do
the
you
movie's
like-
going on.
Do you like laugh sometimes?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
I
I'll-
laugh through horror movies.
I'll sit there, and if a horror movie's so terrible,
Bad.
I can sit and tell what's about to happen.
Mhm.
You know, I'll call it and be like, oh, jump scare 3, 2. You know, there's a jump
Yeah,
scare.
there it
I'll be
is.
like, oh, well.
And everybody's always mad. They're like, have you seen this? Like, no, it's just so predictable. Yeah. Yeah.
What's made me really appreciate horror movies is that when you know like the behind the scenes and like the cosmetics and
Yes.
stuff where they do,
Mhm.
you see how much work is like really put in
the
to like
process.
especially like those scenes, because sometimes they'll add like, even though some horror stuff is like heavily exaggerated, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you have that realism in anatomy where it's like, oh my god, this is a real life situation into
Yeah.
which someone could like do this to like another human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they kind of, it's the fact that they imagine that
Yeah.
and they put it like
Yeah.
on screen, like wow,
That's wild.
these
Yeah.
people did that.
And that's
Yeah.
really, like...
That's
the-
what I get out of horror movies.
Yeah,
nowadays.
that's really...
Yeah.
Like, those kind of movies scare me. The stuff that could happen in
Like
real life.
psychological
Yeah.
terror.
Yeah, psychological.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
Midsommar. I don't know if you guys
Woo!
have seen
Yeah,
Midsommar.
Midsommar.
I need to watch that.
That's
I
one
need
of
to
the
watch
best
it
movies
too,
I've
but
ever
I've heard
seen.
a
Yeah.
lot.
And like the practical effects that go, I don't know if I know you've seen Midsommar. You know the scene where the old guy jumps off
off
the
the
cliff.
cliff, yeah.
So I don't know if you knew this. For that scene,
Oh,
they
that's awesome.
used a practical head. Like they,
Yeah.
all the effects in that movie were practical, and that's one thing that you were talking about earlier, Demonte. How like those effects go into it and make it look that much more real.
Yeah.
I know I talked about it one time on I forget which episode, but I talked about it how practical effects will always be CGI effects.
Mhm.
You can't correctly simulate like a fluid. You can't correctly simulate the wind. But with those practical effects, it sells it all that much more. Because it could be like some big, I don't know, guts explosion. Oh my God, what's happening? Or it could be a practical, like in the case of Midsommar,
Yeah.
he falls. You know, head gets kind of fried. Like it's all,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah,
although it's a little much, a little
Like,
gory, but
It's like they're adding science to it to where it's
Yeah.
like this
Yeah.
is explainable
Yeah,
to where like this would happen.
Yeah.
Because it's
Or
already
something.
like, oh my god, this old dude just fell. Oh my god!
Like,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like.
I mean, at that point in the movie is like such a psychological turning point. You know?
yeah, because it's like, oh
it's-
shit.
Yeah, you're like, what the hell's going on? The first like 45 minutes of the movie, and then that happens, and you're like,
Like,
okay,
oh
what the
my
fuck?
God.
You know?
Yeah.
So what are your favorites of
Like,
all time?
My favorites.
Any genre, anything like your favorite subject?
I'm assuming a lot of it's going to be horror, but
Yeah.
it could be
Yeah.
any genre.
I'll do like my top 3 are like Blair Witch Project, or
Oh,
the first
the
one.
original,
Okay.
yeah.
The
Mhm.
first one, that movie. That's because it that's the movie that started.
Heavily influential.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it was
like
like
ahead of its time.
that started found footage film
Yeah, it
movies,
did.
and that's like
Mhm.
people holding the camera, you know, filming
Yeah.
Yeah,
themselves.
it's on like a
Yeah.
crappy VHS
Yeah,
camera,
yeah,
and glitching
you know,
and all that.
and-
Yeah,
Analog horror like that is just astonishing.
Low
to me.
key, like the first few Paranormal Activities were
Yeah.
they
Fire.
actually were bad,
until they just like blowed it
I've-
serious and
I've
just
still never
CGI,
seen
like
them.
Yeah.
practical.
Yeah, I
I've
was
still
gonna
never
say,
seen them.
movies.
bro, like the first 2 are amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna
that's
have
what
to.
really
I'm gonna
got
have to
me.
see what.
And-
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And plus, it's weird because like I haven't seen all the Paranormal Activity movies, but my dad, being who my dad is, he's kind of a geek. He's like oh, horror, blood, blah, blah. Like,
Oh my god!
he
He's like,
he
"Oh, I
doesn't
love it."
appreciate them more than you do. Like he just appreciates the like
CGI.
Like the
He
CGI,
likes the
someone's
CGI.
getting like murdered. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I watched the activities. Wow. I watched the movies with them, and I remember I was convinced. I was like, well, this looks real. This isn't like someone like tying a string to a dresser and then yanking it open. Like this looks real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I remember that also kind of started my thing with horror movies. It's like I know that's a movie, but it doesn't look fake. So and it's like they'll do the based on a true story thing. It's like
that's
where it sells.
bro.
It's like based on a true story, and then they sell
And
it
it's
so
always
well.
at the end.
That's what gets you.
Yeah,
90%
and it's
of the
like
time, that's bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit. 90%.
Yeah.
Not
90% of the time, but
like,
that little 10% that
It's like,
hooks
is
you,
it
that
really?
will
Still gets you.
Like
Yeah.
when we watched In the Tall Grass, that movie, like okay,
It's a
granted
good
it
ass
wasn't.
movie.
it's a good movie.
Granted, it wasn't on a true story. That movie made me
So good. Recommend.
get terrified of
Hey.
cornfields. So,
I was looking at like what's the movies that are showing at our local theaters because I watch movies like all the time randomly.
yeah,
There's a new Children of the Corn remake out.
is there really?
Yeah, I saw it. It says
Since
Children of the
when?
Corn 2023.
That's
And
wild.
like, I mean, yeah, that's why I look because usually there's movies like you don't know because
Yeah.
the only way to know when movies are coming out you gotta look up the ads,
Yeah, or
the
ads
trailers
or
on
anything
YouTube,
like
which
that.
they don't just
Yeah.
give to you. You gotta
Twitter
like,
will blow
look
up or
up
something.
this
Actually
week's
find
trailers.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, but like there's a new Children of the Corn movie out.
That's wild. I didn't even know.
I don't know
about
if it's
it.
bad or
When
not.
did Children of the Corn come out?
First one was in the
But I didn't know there was a remake.
It was like 70s,
80s?
right? I think it was like 70s.
70s.
Yeah, 70s,
Yeah.
80s, really
came,
old.
So it
Yeah.
came out in 1984.
Yeah.
That's when
Oh.
it came out.
Then
I
they
thought
made
it
a
was
few like
1979.
made a few like remakes or like
Yeah, they've made a few.
standalones.
Yeah.
but-
Sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple sequels.
Thousands of
But
sequels.
everyone counts the first one.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Ashley? Then?
Yeah,
Or-
you.
What's my
you
favorite?
Find, you
Oh,
find,
wait,
were you about to ask him something?
You did not finish your list.
Oh, you
Oh,
didn't finish
yeah.
that.
That was
Oh,
number
yeah.
one.
Get to one and then move on.
2 would probably be I really liked
There's a
Midsummer.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Midsummer.
I'll agree
was
with that.
great.
Midsummer, yeah.
And the third one would either be Hereditary
Ooh.
or this movie called The Den.
Mm.
I think
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I've seen
I've heard of that.
Hereditary.
It's like about kind of Omegle.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stuff.
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
That movie
Mm.
actually like
Freaky.
I saw that. I think that's
I've
what
seen the
sparked my
ads.
horror movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
because I watched that when I was like 12 and I was like,
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
like,
gosh, what's going on?
And so you said Hereditary and Midsummer. Out of those two, which do you personally like? Obviously, they're both good movies. They
Mhm.
both cover a different aspect of that psychological horror. One being in like a family demonic cult kind of thing. The other thing being like it's at this Swedish camp where people are like, it's some kind of ritual thing. Out of those two, which do you think was the more like, in your opinion, scarier?
I think scary, like visually scary wise, I think Hereditary. Hereditary was a
I'd
pretty
agree with that,
horrifying
yeah.
movie. Yeah, visually, and all the stuff you see in
Yeah.
that movie can really stick in your mind.
Yeah.
But I think in the end, Midsummer could be more traumatic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that,
Yeah.
walking out of that
The
movie, I
scenes
didn't
I've seen
feel
on
right.
TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure whenever I went, I actually was, like, never mind.
You were actually like, what?
Never mind.
Wait, wait.
Never mind. Bro
I
said,
don't know if we can
bro
talk
said I'm
about-
getting scared. Never mind.
No,
I don't know
we'll
if
just
we
say
can
you were
talk
a little,
about
you were a little.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I wasn't in the right state of mind.
Yeah, I got
will,
you.
I will say with Hereditary, both are. It's weird because I forget the director who did it, but both movies deal with very real issues in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
In Hereditary, it's a family that's being broken apart, and like obviously the demonic side of it isn't that like realistic-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can pick and choose, but like the family. I don't know if y'all remember this. There's a scene in Hereditary where there's like a family dinner. And all the tension that's been building up to this very moment just
Yeah.
explodes,
All
and it
at that
feels
table.
so real, and all the actors sell it.
I've never seen it.
And then
It's good.
in Midsummer, that transcribes with like the relationship between the two, where the two like obviously the relationship isn't working, and now it's like the boyfriend in that movie is very like, oh, I want to get out of this thing, man. And then the female protagonist, I forget her name, her sister commits suicide, and then like so do her parents. And that locks him into that relationship, and it just starts building more and more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like Hereditary, it explodes in one instant where everything goes haywire.
Mm-hmm.
I like, personally with me, I don't know if y'all can agree, I like movies like that, where the
Yeah.
tension is shown correctly, and it like everything just builds and builds, and then there's just
and you know it's gonna explode, but you don't know when enough is it gonna be enough.
That's when movies have good pacing, and that's like a very important stuff of filmmaking. Knowing when to put certain parts in the film to where it's engaging to the audience, but they know like what's to come and that it'll pay off.
Yeah,
Right.
I think a huge part of selling something like that are the actors.
Oh,
Some
100%.
actors out there, like the mom in Hereditary. She is one of the most phenomenal actors I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like at that table scene, how she blew up like that.
Like it felt so real, and
You could
like
feel her emotions, and that was like
it didn't just feel like some like some woman shrieking about something like
reading a script.
It felt real.
Oh, female rage in movies
Is insane.
like male rage. Like I don't know, like going to watch like football games, like you can hear guys yelling at each other. Going to like
It's
watch
more
any
common.
guy in sports, you can kind of, and it almost kind of like, not like guys are so angry, but like you just kind of get used to it because y'all are very competitive. But whenever a girl is screaming in a movie, that like really sells it for me because I'm like, oh my god, she's pissed.
Yeah.
I'm like, especially like whenever it's like those movies that are supposed to be set back in like what is that movie called where it's like that one slave made her master eat like a pie with her own shit in it. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
Maybe.
Do you know what I'm
Is it
talking
a slave
about?
movie?
Huh?
Is it a slave movie?
Yeah.
I think it's a slave movie.
12 Years a Slave?
No, I don't remember what it's
Not even-
called, but
Maybe?
hopefully nobody knows what I'm talking about. But like in those old-timey movies where ladies are supposed to like hold their their posture, like they're supposed to come out like
The Color Purple?
ladylike. No.
Okay.
I don't remember what
I heard
it's
you say
called.
like old movies, and The Color Purple was like
No,
80s
it's not
movie.
like old, like set in old, like filmed in like the 80s or something. It's just like
Old setting wise.
Yeah.
it was filmed in like definitely in the 2000s, but it's supposed to be from like the 1600s. But when stuff like that happens and a lady blows up, that gets me because I'm like, because back then they really weren't allowed to really voice how they felt. So when they go off, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Do you have any favorite movies?
Yeah, I was about to say, do you have any
Ooh.
new favorite movies? Any movies still staying on the board?
I'm not like a huge movie person, but I definitely, my favorite genres are murder mystery. That's how it is for reading or anime or shows or literally anything that I watch. Favorite show is How to Get Away with Murder. Love that show.
So are you a Knives Out fan or a Glass Onion fan?
Oh, Knives Out. I forgot.
Knives Out.
Glass Onion was great.
It's a little the biggest murder mystery of the year.
Mm-hmm. That was so good. Oh, let's not say anything.
No spoilers.
Don't spoil anything for anybody,
Yeah.
but recommend. My favorite movies. I really like Marley and Me. I know that sounds so stupid, but like me and my mom used to watch that movie all the time.
Jake said that's the only
Love
movie
it.
that ever like made him cry when we were.
Oh my
Really?
gosh,
Really?
it's so
he was like,
sad.
Mom and Me's the only movie that ever made me cry. I swear.
It's so sad. And then probably my second favorite movie is Brother Bear. Did y'all ever watch Brother Bear?
Maybe
Don't
that
think so.
rings a bell.
Yeah,
Brother
it
Bear?
does ring a bell, but I don't think.
Okay, it's like it's like a Disney movie,
Mm.
and it's like the brother dies.
Sounds familiar. Is it?
Not better than Paddington
He's
too.
like a
Oh,
northern
it's,
spirit.
if I'll,
Like
it's
he's the
here.
spirit bear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
look.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This is the style.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh my.
Brother Bear.
Yeah, dude.
You've never
Shit.
seen it? It's so good. I love
I've
Brother
seen
Bear.
I bet it's good.
I
It's
love
like that. It's like that nice fluid
Nature
Disney
movie.
animation.
That probably made me
Not
cry.
not a nature movie. It's a sad movie.
yeah.
It's so
It's not a nature movie
sad.
with
No.
bears?
I mean,
It's a 1 hour nature documentary.
Yeah, just
Disney
them.
style.
No, I was thinking like the movies like Bambi, The Jungle Book, to where like sad stuff happens because it's the jungle at the end of the day. So it's like,
Yeah.
he basically gets reincarnated as a bear.
oh,
Yeah. He gets reincarnated as a bear.
that's different.
So I think what happened, it's not going to spoil anything. It's like in the first 5 minutes of the movie. So, I mean, it's just the intro. But, like, basically what happens is, like, this... I think this is what happens, if I can remember right. This older guy is going to shoot this big bear, and this big bear has a little bear with him. And as he's about to shoot the bear, something happens. The guy dies. He gets reincarnated as the bear he was trying to kill. And now the little bear is his brother. So...
I think I've seen that movie.
It's
before.
like super sad because now he's like, I understand the bears. Nobody should hunt them. I don't want them to kill them. He like kind of goes into like they have like a little tribe, whatever. It's just it's so sweet because they're the cutest little bears, but it's so cute. And then my third favorite movie is probably what is it called? Holy shit!
The movie.
No, what did we?
The movie.
No, I didn't see that though. I hate that movie. It's so bad. It's so cheesy. What is the movie called? Or what is it called whenever quarantine? Jesus. It's called Quarantine. The movie. And it's super good. It was my first psychological horror movie where I was like, that movie made me terrified of rabies.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen
heard about it.
A teaser for it or something.
I don't know what it is. For me, it just scares me because I'm like...
Is that the one that's like set in Japan?
Yeah,
maybe,
I think so.
Maybe. I'm not... It's not in a different language.
Yeah.
So it's not... But I don't know... Basically what happens is this huge apartment complex gets infested.
Yes,
never
mind.
Yeah.
I've
Have you seen that? It's good.
Yeah, no,
because I
crazy.
Legit got scared.
That's one of those found footage film movies, where they're holding
that
the
you're
camera.
talking about. Yep.
Yeah,
it's all through a camera's
so
POV.
much better.
Yes, and it's so scary because I was like, oh my gosh.
Have you ever seen Grave Encounters?
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that movie.
Grave Encounters is a horrifying movie.
I think that reminds me of... There's a movie that I saw that was it's one of those found film movies, but it's about it's this group of 9 girls and they're going on a little girls trip.
Oh, is it the hiking one?
Yeah, no, it's the one where they go into a cave.
Diving?
Yeah, the cave diving one where they they're going through caves and
It's
they
so
can't find their
scary.
way out. And there's a little goblin dweller thing that hunts them down.
But he's scary.
Yeah,
You're talking about a
climb or no, it's not climb.
No, you're talking about As Above, So Below.
Yes,
Oh.
that's what it's called.
Yeah, and that's not really what the movie's about.
Well,
but
okay,
yeah.
wait, no, wait.
Yeah.
Is As Above, So As Below? Is that the one with the catacombs?
Yeah, Paris Catacombs.
That's not the movie. I'm talking about it's called Climb. It's some do you know? Do either of you know you're talking about?
Yeah, you showed me pictures of it. I've never seen it, but it is kind of scary.
Here, well, also in Demonte, do you have any new movies
Yeah,
on
what
your
about
list?
you?
What about you? Because I know you've been a movie guy, and so I want to see you got any new movies put on your list.
New ones, I don't know. I have been watching HBO's Barry lately with my friend Brady put me on the show. It has what's his name? Bill Hader in it, the comedian from SNL.
Yeah.
He plays an assassin, and it's a really, really good show because he shows his serious acting skills. But basically, the show is he's an assassin, but he's kind of trying to change and get out of it. So one of his assignments has him take this acting class, and if you could guess who the acting teacher is, it's Henry Winkler, the dude from Fonzie back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's the acting teacher in the show. He's amazing in it. He takes acting class. He kind of has an epiphany because he's liking what the class is doing for him. It's kind of just helping him grow as a person, but he also has to do this assassin job because as the series goes and uncovers why he's so locked into that job, he's kind of taken advantage of by his handler person.
Yeah.
Maybe because he feels some obligation or something. But basically the whole series is that conflict of him trying to leave this life and be a good person, but he has to do these bad things at the same time. And Bill Hader's amazing at it, so that's become one of my favorite shows.
Nice.
Something else, I watched Narcos. Because
I've been eyeballing that show for so long.
The show is amazing. It's just weird. The show's weird though because and it has 3 seasons, right?
Very
and there's no spoiling it. It's a story of Pablo Escobar. It's literally a real life story.
Yeah.
But after the 2nd season, what you want to see happens, and then the 3rd season is them chasing after the stragglers and stuff, and it's it's questionable because why would you do that in a series? Because the first 2 seasons are so jam packed. They're oh my god, it's amazing. And then it's this calm whole season of an epilogue, which isn't even bad, but it's just by comparison, it's why is this here?
That's the
Do
one.
we really want to watch this?
That's the one with Pedro Pascal.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, because people. I just started watching more
The thirst
Pedro
traps.
Pascal. Yeah,
Oh,
but
the thirst traps on
what's the
TikTok,
deal with
I'm
him?
like, whoa.
Yeah, I like him myself, but dang.
Don't like him that much.
Yeah, I'm seeing him
That was
everywhere.
the Mandalorian. That did that.
Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
the Last of Us. I was already gonna watch that regardless,
I
but
wanna
he's
watch
amazing.
that.
I
Me
need
too.
to
I
also.
want to watch it.
The Mandalorian. I started watching The Mandalorian. That's good. I haven't even watched Star Wars like that.
Oh yeah, that got me into Star
Since it's
Wars.
like a standalone, I like it.
So good.
I watched him in that movie with Nicolas Cage, the unbearable weight of
dude, I heard that was pretty intense.
The unbearable weight of the massively talented. Him and Nick Cage are so funny in that movie. They're amazing. Yes, they're amazing.
I got worried that movie wouldn't be funny. I don't know why. I had a small suspicion that movie would be like.
It's too self-aware to not be funny.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so funny.
That's hilarious.
That movie's
so
way
funny.
too self-aware to not be funny.
He's trying to pull like a Ryan Reynolds though, and I don't know.
What he's gonna do? He's like, eh.
Well, I mean, like Ryan Reynolds in his movies, like Deadpool and stuff, he always breaks that fourth wall.
Oh
like,
yeah,
he sells
Ryan Reynolds.
He's kind of capitalizing on that meta humor.
Yeah, that is okay. You know,
I
like
love
in
Ryan
any movie
Reynolds.
ever,
Mhm.
if Ryan Reynolds pops up, that'll just automatically be a joke. You know?
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds is in it.
because nowadays he's like a joke. He's literally just his appearance in itself is like the punchline of movies.
Yeah, and I mean.
It
It's
wasn't
okay.
bullet.
Like I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
You know, that's Ryan
he's
Reynolds.
earned it. Yeah, at this point he's earned it.
But fucking
This dude is hilarious.
Nick Cage.
The same
I don't
thing
know.
happened.
Like
to
he's trying to.
Yeah, no,
He's
I
trying to do
no,
that.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing that meta humor thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been watching lately. I've also been watching Vinland Saga. That's an anime. We don't talk about anime on here. Do you watch anime yet?
I've been trying to get into it.
What have you
like? What have you bedabbled in? What have you watched?
I've bedabbled a little bit of One Piece with my friend Riley.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you were talking about that.
Attack on Titan, but I only got
So
like
good.
2 episodes in. But
Don't worry.
alright. It's just confusing.
Further
Like,
you
Yeah,
get, it
finally,
clears it up.
yeah. The more you watch, the more it's enjoyable.
It's,
my friend-
it's like a paradox.
I think it also kind of ruined it because my friend was like, "You have to watch it in the Japanese version," and I was like, "That's stupid. Why would I miss all the action looking down
Nah,
the subtitles?"
both versions are amazing.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah,
are amazing.
okay.
But they released like the newest season of it, and like it's like a 1 hour special. Basically, it morphs into like a regular anime series, and then once you get to the later season, every episode feels like a movie. It's
Dude, it
gets
intense.
It is really cinematic,
and it gets very sad. I cried.
Yeah.
I cried so hard.
At least that with One Piece and Attack on Titan.
What else? Anything else?
Anything else?
I'm trying to think. No, I mean, I watched. I was a huge The Last Airbender.
Oh my gosh, I love
I still
Avatar.
haven't watched that. That's like
What?
Yes,
That's not technically an
That's
anime.
like
Are you
because it was like a
serious?
Nick thing, and I was a Cartoon Network kid. I didn't watch Nick like that.
the entire
Okay.
idea of that show is
I was a Cartoon Network warrior.
Amazing.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
like
no,
I know
I
it's a
know.
kid show, but like
It's amazing.
if you were able to just walk outside, you were an Earthbender, you could walk outside.
Yeah, because even growing up, still like love it to this day.
Like-
So
like-
it's on my bucket list to
Yeah.
watch.
Did
I
any-
want to
you
watch
should
it.
watch
one
it. You
day.
should watch it.
Did anyone in the shower, like after watching that, like you know how
Try to
like,
waterbend.
No, like, you know how like the water would go off your hand and
Yeah.
kind of fall.
You're
You'd
like-
be
What are we a waterbender?
You'd like flick it and it'd like fly to the ceiling and
I'm
be like,
like-
"Oh my god!"
no, no, and actually in the pools, like you'd be like pushing the water everywhere.
Yeah, I'd be
I'm
like-
a waterbender.
I would do that like whenever I was younger. I'd be like,
I remember when I was a kid and I first saw that. What I'd do is I'd splash water up and then smack it out of the air at someone. And I remember I was like, "Oh, I'm a waterbender by heart. I'm so
going
cool."
crazy.
Meanwhile, from like my mom on the deck watching,
Your
I
mom's
was like,
perspective, she's just like,
just like doing some dumb shit.
your mom's like, what is he doing?
He's like, what? No, but I will say one anime I feel like you would like. It's a bit more comical. One Punch Man. Now I know you actually you feel a bit differently about One Punch Man. And for a starter
I love
anime, huh?
I love One Punch Man.
For a starter anime, I feel like One Punch Man is good because it's
I want to
comical.
like
It's
it
actually got a lot of good action in it, and it's short. I'm pretty sure it's like what season or 2 seasons long.
It's ongoing, but right now
Yeah,
it's just
it's
2
Yeah, but
seasons
so
to
far
watch.
it's just 2 seasons. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
like gore?
Yeah.
You should watch Chainsaw Man.
You should watch Chainsaw Man.
You should
I've
watch
heard a lot
Chainsaw
about
Man.
that, but it just sounds stupid.
I mean,
So
it
okay,
kinda,
it's kind of
not
funny,
really.
but
And
like
somebody,
the fight
like-
scenes are crazy.
Somebody showed me like a scene from it, and it was literally a Chainsaw Man, right?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Wow, is there
what?
any more?
If
"That is
I were to
the
actually,
most stupid."
I think since you like the last Airbender, you would really like Hunter x Hunter.
Ooh,
Oh,
you
yeah,
would
you
like
would
Hunter
like
x
Hunter
Hunter.
x Hunter.
I've never heard
It's
of that.
it's like
pretty good.
it's got good serious shit and it's got good like funny
Comical stuff, yeah.
shit.
I think that you would like Bleach and Naruto.
Bleach.
I
I've
think
heard a
you're
lot
like-
about Bleach.
I feel like it'd be too
Naruto
good,
is
Bleach.
I
super
love Bleach.
slow.
Mm.
When you get to literally the most important part about Naruto, it is the slowest. So many filler episodes.
That's an example. It's an example of how bad pacing can kind of raise your show. 'Cause we
ruin
talked about
everything.
good pacing feels good earlier. It kind of lead Naruto's a show to where it paces at good points to like its climax, but on the
once
way
you're there,
you lose engagement so much
you're like,
because
"Oh
of the choices
my
it makes.
God."
It kind of
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what you mean, yeah.
But it's still a great show. It's
And
not a
Great
great
show.
people have made
That's
like
Hunter x Hunter by
cut-
the way up there.
People
Yeah.
have made like
Oh.
cut versions of like One Piece and like Naruto, where it takes like it's a list and it takes all the filler out and it's just the main basic story.
Yeah, but also like they kind of cut out a lot of filler that actually kind
It kind of matters in a way.
of like backstories.
I feel that.
Some backstories actually do really matter. So
Yeah.
like it's
In
kind of
Naruto?
hard. Yeah, some of them
Yeah.
do. Like I was looking at a filler list and it was trying to cut out the one with his parents.
because that's the problem with the pacing of the show. There's so many like fillers that some of them don't feel important, even though it's really just subjective of the importance
Yeah.
of it. It's like what's it like? It's like playing a video game and getting the collectibles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
usually the collectibles add to the story, but it's not pivotal to it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
more of what it's like.
And in the sense, a little segue, in the sense of video games, you play any video games lately? Any ones you recommend? Any ones you hate, love?
I already know bro's about to say Rust.
Yeah,
Dude's about to say
Rust.
Rust.
Rust is a good one.
I still need to get it and play with y'all.
I think Fortnite's pretty good lately. I think it's
Yeah.
it's still
It's
you know,
okay.
a kid game, but it's
Uh,
fun.
It's just funny. I was
I mean,
expecting
it's a
you to say
completely different
Fortnite.
game now, so I think
Yeah,
you
it
can judge it
is.
differently.
They really,
At this
like,
point, we can
it-
judge it differently.
It was good, and then it was really bad.
Yeah.
and then it
They
was
picked it
alright,
back up.
and then it, like,
Now it's pretty
now
good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, it's free, and like the only thing you can really spend money on is like skins and stuff like that. I agree with you with the Fortnite statement, just because like I will say, it is a lot more fun now than it was a year later, or a year earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like personally with me, like I love the note build. I love it so much. It's so
yeah.
it's so easy and like casual. Beside,
That brought a lot of people back. And
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it.
But Demonte, if you wish to get into our next segment that I know we've been waiting for, unless you have anything else.
No,
No.
introduce it. Like it.
So, I talked to you about this earlier today. We have a segment called Versus.
Coaxial.
Essentially.
Auxiliary.
Oh, wait.
Line
Very
in.
good.
Essentially, how
Bluetooth.
this goes, and you two can both weigh in your opinions because I know you did it last episode, but we
Bluetooth
got
connected.
new opponents.
Okay.
So how this will work is two celebrities pit together, gladiatorial match, no weapons, no nothing. It is their current physique now, and it is their current physique now. Like who would win in a fight to the death?
Okay.
That is it is
Like just straight up fist fight?
Just straight up fist fight.
Should we vote together?
Fisticuffs only.
Yeah.
Nothing but fisticuffs.
Yeah. I think we should.
Me and
probably
Seth
just
will.
vote together.
Vote
Me and
together.
Seth will discuss and vote together.
Discuss and vote together.
Tag team.
This
Yeah.
is a team
Tag
tag team
team.
kind of beat.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who do we have first on the docket, Demonte?
Well, welcome
Oh.
to the gladiatorial match of the century. Today's fighters, two very prestigious people. We have 4 sets of them for you. Our first fighters, the great Seth Rogen
Oh my God!
versus Jack Black. Battle of the Beards.
Dude,
Who
that's-
wins?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Battle of the
That is
Beards.
a good matchup.
Mhm.
That is a
Demonte
that is a hard
always picks
purse.
the most solid matchup.
I choose the best warriors of
Dude,
the land.
what the hell?
A beard off, huh?
It's still a gladiatorial match, but still, and we can
Okay,
also
but
go.
okay,
That's the tagline of this match.
Yeah.
The beard off.
I think.
But they're fighting to the death.
Oops.
I-
his flash
what
on.
do you think?
I don't
I
know.
feel like
I think Jack.
I'm thinking Jack.
I think
did
Jack is a
star in
bit
Kung
more
Fu Panda.
crazier than Seth,
Well-
and Seth
He's
is way too high to like really.
Seth is like a big teddy bear, like a little sweetheart.
Mm.
Like, but Jack Black looks like he does cocaine, and then like it does not affect him.
Yeah.
Jack Black is just crazy. I
Like-
love Jack
Yeah,
Black
he's just
so
a
much.
crazy-
He's just a little odd, but like a funny odd, but also like a I'm scared to get close to you odd.
I think if you put them in an arena, Seth would be like, okay, now hold
Seth
on.
would be
and
like,
Jack
whoa,
would
whoa,
be
and he would like,
Jack would be like,
like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going with Jack.
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 100%
I agree with Jack.
Alright.
So, alright.
Jack Black wins by way of decapitation. Next match. Snoop
Oh.
Diggity Dog versus Matthew McConaughey. Who wins?
This is a different match.
Wow.
Snoop Dogg is about it
But
though.
Matthew's about it.
Yeah, I know. But like,
Alright.
Alright.
I feel like Snoop Dogg could actually kill you with just like a backhand.
Probably.
Like he just gives me like like old grandma vibes that you don't mouth off to. Like,
oh, 100%.
like I'm scared of him. Like, but like in a loving way.
He might pistol whip you too.
Yeah, he might pistol whip me.
He's been through Snoop Dogg's been through a lot experience-wise. He has got the experience.
I feel like if he, like that chain right there, I feel like, because I'm short, if I were to like mouth off to him, he would just twirl it around his neck and like slap me in the face with this chain or something.
And just
like,
walk off like nothing happened.
Yeah, and be like, girl, I'll come back for you. Like,
I don't know.
I'm feeling...
I've seen way too many Matthew McConaughey movies that he's just been a straight badass.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
He is a badass.
He's kind of, especially nowadays, comes out to me as a person who's like, he'll do like weird, off-putting stuff just to do it.
Yeah,
like he's so open-minded
Bro's
now
bored.
that he would, like bro would probably actually go to space with a monkey.
Yeah,
just,
he would be like,
even
all
though he
right.
did in the movie, he'd probably do it in real life too.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking Matthew because the whole stoner thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You know,
They are both
he's laid back.
So, if this will change your answer at all, Snoop Dogg is 51, Matthew McConaughey is 53. I think Snoop Dogg has.
He's older. Like.
I think Snoop
Snoop.
I think Snoop Dogg has a bit of a height advantage, but at the same time, Matthew McConaughey has been in.
I don't know, because they're not both like...
Matthew's in great shape. Like,
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
out of the two,
Yeah.
Matthew's
Snoop Dogg's
in better
very
shape.
tall.
He is
Yeah,
very
but
tall.
Snoop Dogg has abs. Have y'all not seen his
I mean, yeah,
abs?
yeah.
Bro has like
I mean,
abs.
yeah, he's
Bro's
sure
a sleeper build.
Bro is a sleeper build. He really is a sleeper build. I think I'm gonna go with Snoop Dogg.
I'm gonna go with Matthew.
Yeah.
Split
I think
vote?
Matthew-
Yeah, split vote.
Results to tie.
The results have both passed out.
Both men impale each other. Draw. Next round. Travis Scott versus ASAP Rocky.
Oh.
They both look the same.
They do look exactly the same. I'm not even gonna lie.
That was racist. Anyways,
I can say it.
yeah, you can say he can. Anyways, have you seen that video of Travis Scott taking down that?
Okay, yeah.
Have
It
you
did happen
seen
recently.
a
I've seen
video?
a lot of videos of Travis Scott.
Yeah,
Throw in the
did you
fridge.
Throw in the fridge.
See the one of him banging
What,
the
what,
wall?
what did he do recently to a fan? What before we get to that? What's the deal with that? What did he do to a fan recently?
I think
He like threw their phone or something.
Yeah, he
There's a video.
launched their phone and broke like somebody's nose
Here, I'm fact checking.
Because he,
Oh,
like-
well, a phone hit him in the back, I think, and he just picked it up
and threw it
shot
back.
him.
Yeah, and it broke somebody's nose. And I was
Really?
like, dang,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it's not the,
So-
not the best thing.
The story is based off TMZ. Apparently, Travis Scott threw a phone at a fan's head, like chucked it.
Yeah, and it like
Holy.
broke their nose.
Yeah, and apparently, like, I think it was the fan was going to take it, like, handing him his phone or something like that, like to get a picture. Like, hey, like, oh, can I get a picture?
Yeah.
Like this, like, oh, can I get a picture real quick? And he just took it and just chucked it right out of point blank,
I can see Travis doing that.
and just like.
like, oh my god.
And just walked off like it was nothing, and
Yeah.
someone else was like, "What the fuck was like? What just happened?"
Yeah, that's
Picture, yeah, sure.
Like, yeah, no, take a picture,
Yeah.
just huck it at their head.
I just don't know what the thought process would be for him, especially after everything is
As-
going to be put
Oh,
under
yeah.
a microscope now.
Yeah.
And it's just
Like-
like now it's like he's just like tripping over. He's like trying not to step on a landmine. He just fell. right
Yeah,
on
it's
the-
like it's like the baby too. It's like you know
yeah.
it's under a microscope, yet you keep doing these
You
like
keep
doing
stupid
this
things.
stupid-
Yeah.
So, okay.
Who wins though?
So, I think if we were to think about them, ASAP Rocky is a new dad. About to be a new dad of 2.
New daddy.
Wild. He bagged Rihanna. How do you bag the baddie? How do you do that? Crazy. Dude's gotta have some kind of voodoo for
I
that.
don't know.
Crazy Riz.
But
Bro's got Riz.
Travis is also Travis is
A
also
lunatic.
a lunatic, and he's a dad. So if we're thinking about both of them in terms of a dad, I feel like ASAP has mellowed.
I think we should think of it in psyche. Because
Yeah.
Travis Scott is a little...
Travis Scott is crazy, but
He's
like
very
ASAP
crazy.
is like very cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he got mad enough, because Travis is always releasing his
Yeah.
anger on something, something,
Mhm.
and I feel like maybe ASAP would take him by surprise.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Because like
yeah.
we can tell that ASAP is now mellowed. He's about it. Like if something happens to it, you know, his kids or something, he would kill somebody. Travis
Yeah.
would be the one accidentally harming his kids, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, accidentally. Like, I don't know.
100%.
Like, I just don't feel like he's mellowed out. I feel like he's gotten crazier. But I
For
don't
sure.
think he's crazy to the point to where he could just beat somebody senseless, you know, and win. Like, I feel like ASAP would be able to tell what he was doing,
He would have that kind
sidestep him, and then just totally rock his shit.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
See
Yeah,
what I
good
mean?
Point, good point.
See what I mean?
There is a video of him getting bitched by Tory Lanez. By the
Who?
way, Tory Lanez.
ASAP?
ASAP?
No, Travis Scott.
Oh, Tory Lanez!
We're all with
Travis Scott.
ASAP?
Okay, yeah.
I was in the tour bus and he like full on like bitched him.
Tory
way.
Lanez. Nah, I'm going with ASAP. There's no
Yeah.
way Travis got his.
ASAP.
No way.
Got
ASAP.
rocked by Tory Lanez.
ASAP wins. Winner is ASAP by way of Dragon Breath. Next round,
Oh, wow.
Queens. Beyonce versus Riri. Who wins?
Oh my god.
Riri.
Immediately Riri.
Yeah. Definitely.
Beyonce.
Look at Riri and look at Beyonce.
Dude,
And
Look
tell me
at
which one wins.
Beyonce.
but Rihanna, okay.
We talked about this one.
We did, yeah. Rihanna performed at the Super Bowl while pregnant, and she still kicked ass.
Did y'all not see Beyonce?
Me personally, I'm not voting. This is between y'all, but I'm taking Beyonce.
Have y'all not seen
For
Beyonce's photo shoots
No.
and her concerts when she's pregnant?
That's what I be saying, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about that.
Unpopular opinion. Rihanna.
I forgot
Like,
about Beyonce.
I love Rihanna. Oh,
I'm
love her.
saying.
But she hasn't produced music in
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
And every single time, Beyonce's just like, "Hey, Blue Ivy, hey," like literally babysitting her child while at a concert.
Yep.
That is bad. But
And she
like,
actually releases
like
albums.
baddie bad, like not like bad, like but but I feel like she takes a lot of shit because she is married to Jay-Z out of all people, and
Dinner with Jay-Z? You took dinner with Jay-Z? $1 million?
I will say, I think Beyonce has. No, I think Rihanna has the height advantage. I
Huh?
think.
No.
No,
Isn't
Beyonce-
Rihanna 5'8"?
Beyonce is
5'7"?
tall.
I thought Beyonce was like 5'7".
Beyonce is tall.
No, Beyonce's like
Should I fact
known
check
for
this?
being like model height and stuff.
Yeah.
She's like known for being like the model.
Yeah.
Beyonce, I'm about to Google how tall is
Well,
Beyonce.
she's like 5'9", 5'10".
Lemonade superstar Beyonce stands tall at 5 feet 7 inches tall.
Yeah, like that's
Singer is
just,
also-
that's the internet. She's probably like 5'8",
Yeah.
5'9".
Yeah, she's pretty tall. She's pretty tall.
I thought-
How tall is Riri?
Riri, I think I looked it
She's
up
no
earlier. She's
taller.
5'8".
Yeah,
Rihanna's 5'8".
that's not bad either, to be honest.
Still though, I feel like Beyonce would. Okay, now that y'all reminded me about the photo shoot with Beyonce. Now-
Beyonce be like taking care of her body too. Not that
Yeah.
Rihanna
Yeah.
doesn't take
Yeah.
care of her body,
But
but
like
Beyonce
Beyonce's
does it in
known,
a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the thing, like I was saying with Jay-Z, is like the whole internet, everybody knows that he like cheated on her. First of all, how are you gonna cheat on Beyonce? Wild, wild
It
to
proves
me.
no one's safe.
Yeah, for real. But she kind of took shit from that and is still with him. So like I'm wondering like if Riri were like, "No, what's up?" Beyonce would be like, "Girl," you know, just like kind of
Don't
brushing it
even.
off. But then I feel like Riri would just take off a hill and just, you know, get to work. But I don't know because I feel like Beyonce would somehow turn it over in her favor. Like, I don't know.
They're well.
It would be an epic battle. It would
Epic
be a
battle.
crazy battle.
I think I'm still going with Riri. That look that she's giving me right now is not. I don't know. It's not making me feel
Bloodthirsty
right.
killer.
Beyonce looks like she's gonna.
She's
Make
still-
out with me. This is what it looks like.
It's like Beyonce.
So final answers.
Beyonce.
Riri.
Another split,
Split.
down the
Split.
middle.
Another split.
Another split. I feel like that's the most out of all of them would be tied.
Tie of Slay.
Yeah.
They both slayed and had a slay struggle, so
They
They both
slayed.
they slayed each other.
They slayed.
they slayed each other. All right, well, let's get to another segment, guys.
Okay.
Important question.
The best question.
Favorite milkman?
You
In
get
any-
to go first.
You go first. In any particular order. Doesn't have to be like your top 5 in no particular order or in order, whichever you please.
And it's just white guys?
Yeah,
white
it's just
guys.
white people. It has to be just white people.
Just white people.
One. Probably Jordan Owens.
I
Jordan
knew he
Owens.
was gonna be somewhere on
Jordan
this
Owens
list.
number
Jordan
one.
Owens. He's number one. Two's Johnny Depp.
Feel
Because
that.
of
Feel that.
Okay.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Okay.
I don't
see
know
that,
if you've
I see
seen
that.
that movie, but that movie's
Good.
I've never
Go
seen
to-
it, but I'll have to watch
You
it.
guys need to look into that movie.
I'll
That's
have
a
to
crazy
watch it.
movie. I think whoever created Snapchat, because
Whoever created
why
Snapchat.
wouldn't you want to look at somebody's face while you're having a conversation with them
No, yeah, that's so smart.
instead of bubbles
Let me-
and text?
Let me fact check that Snapchat was. It's created by Evan Spiegel.
Spiel.
Evan Spiegel.
Is he white?
He is in fact white.
Ah, good job.
He is in fact
White.
white.
He's white.
So number 3, Evan Spiegel.
Yeah. I think Tyler Joseph. He's the lead singer of 21 Pilots.
No way.
Yeah,
I was not
that's a good one.
I was
expecting
expecting
you
that.
to
I
say
guys know
21
who that
Pilots.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah, because he has an iconic voice.
I had a
Yeah.
huge 21 Pilots phase. That's
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny that you said that.
Same. And that's more for like my music and stuff.
Yeah.
And then number 5 could be Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a Dead or Alive.
Probably. Damn.
Like one of mine's is Robin Williams.
I was about to say Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Nicolas Cage, maybe.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
He's becoming one of mine, low key.
David Harbour.
David
David
Harbour.
Harbour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know who that is.
Isn't that the
Yes.
dude from
Why?
Stranger
Buzz?
Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things.
Oh, the actor. Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
officer.
That yeah,
Yep.
but say that's wait.
Hot.
No, that's is that the
No,
David you're
yeah,
talking about?
no.
No, David Harbour.
It's a
David
no.
Harbour.
Harper,
Because
like
he was also Hellboy.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah.
He was also the new Hellboy when they remade
He-
it.
Yeah,
Dude,
and that was kind of just off the dome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like he's a cool guy too.
Yeah, he's
I
cool.
love that guy. He's so funny. So
He's a
funny.
good
Yeah,
dude.
Vinny Ashley?
Yes, actually, I have my list here.
I was gonna be making a
List.
Have you been making a list throughout the
Yeah.
episode?
So, I don't know. I know that my number 1 and my number 2 are definitely very close to each other. But the rest of these are not in any particular order. So, coming in at number 5, so I'm going from 5 to 1, we have Teddy Roosevelt. Now,
Oh, yeah. That's one of mine. Yeah.
bro literally is wild. Wild guy.
Wild
Yeah,
guy.
he's the one that like did that.
Rode a moose, got shot while he was giving a speech, and he was like, ah! And like, a balloon popped at one of his next speeches, and he was like, oh, you missed me.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, bro!
No, he was off. He
A
was
guy
off-
tried to shoot him and hit him in the chest, and he was like,
He was like,
they went on
nah.
to do a speech anyway.
Yeah, he was like, nah.
Not gonna phase me.
I
Nah.
love him. He's stuff, and he's the reason why we have national parks.
Yes.
And I'm a
Yeah.
big nature person, so
Hell yes.
definitely love him for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Number 6, we got Howie Mandel.
Howie.
Oh, you mean that? Why did I hear his name recently again? It was a joke
Probably
in the
because
Because
show.
he's
TikTok.
all over TikTok. Have y'all seen his TikToks?
No.
No.
He makes. I can vouch
He
for Ashley.
makes silly,
He makes
goofy.
the-
Really? The
like-
dude from American Idol?
Yes, he makes
Yes.
the most out of pocket TikToks.
They're so out of pocket, and
Like-
he's like, LOL. And I'm like, Howie, what?
Boy.
Like this dude.
What
is
does he do?
He'll find filters on TikTok like
Yeah.
randomly, and I bet you he'll be like, oh that's okay, all right.
He's like, who's your daddy? Just like in these TikToks, and I'm like, is this Howie Mandel?
So he does like cringy old head.
Like
Yes.
satire,
But
cringe
But he does it
stuff,
on
yeah.
purpose. He does it on purpose. Like he knows what
Yeah.
he's doing. Like
Yeah.
he has literally our humor, and he's so funny.
Oh, okay.
I want to put a plunger on his bald head and just go, and just
Yeah?
see how long it sticks there. Intrusive thought.
My number 3
Definitely intrusive.
is Adam Sandler.
Nice
Oh
one.
yeah.
I don't know how I don't know who I'd be without Adam Sandler. I love that guy. I dress like him,
Down to earth guy.
act like
Very
him.
down to earth.
Great guy.
So funny, so nice,
Wedding singer.
so good at acting.
Don't mess with
So
the Zohan.
nice.
It's a classic.
Don't mess with the zone. I forgot about that.
I love that guy. I love that guy. And then coming in at, I'm gonna switch these. Hang on. Coming in at number 2 is Selena Gomez. She's so nice.
She's Latina, but we can.
Is she really?
Yeah. Well,
Is
she identifies as it.
Let me fact check this real quick.
No
Hold on,
idea.
man. I mean,
Either
like
way.
I think she's mixed race though. So it's
Yeah,
I
she's
hope
like
so, yeah.
white
at
passing.
the worst, she's like mixed race.
Yeah.
So her father is of Mexican descent, while her mother, who
Yeah,
was
she's
adopted,
Latino.
has Italian ancestry.
Yeah, she's Latina then. Well, okay. Still love Selena
Still
Gomez.
kind of, we still love Selena Gomez. She deserves all the love.
She's so nice. Does all those philanthropies. Even whenever her and Justin Bieber had a nasty breakup, she was so nice about it. She's nice about Hailey Bieber trying to sell all of her stuff, which, oh my god, Hailey Bieber's so annoying. And she was just like, her and Demi Lovato kind of had beef, but then they settled it. Like, she just has no beef with anyone. And she does not want to have beef with anyone.
No.
So, like, she's just so nice. She's so real. And then at number 1 is probably Savannah St. John.
Savannah St. John.
You're not in the list. Just Savannah.
Yeah, fuck you, Aaron.
Yeah, I cry about it.
I'm gonna have to exit the cast for a couple minutes.
Get good.
I need to.
Yeah,
Skill
get better.
issue.
Get better.
Get good.
better. Oh, it's too bad I've known Savannah longer.
Oh, sucks to suck, man.
I love Savannah, though. That is my best friend.
I will not be attending the next episode as I will be.
I will be out of the country.
I'll be having a mental health day. You'd be expecting to see me in Budapest.
Well, to end this off, Ashley, we're gonna ask you a similar question that we asked last time you were here. To see if anything's changed. Any relationship advice for people out there? You have?
Just don't stress out so much. It's so much easier said than done. But there's a lot of things, you can pick your battles. There's a lot of things that get underneath your skin that you get aggravated with. And you think, well, that's my person, I'm going to talk to them about it. Meditate on it. Think about it. I don't tell Aaron everything. Aaron doesn't tell me everything because there's always so much going on in my head. But if I'm having a bad day, like I was before I got here, I'm not going to take that out on anyone. And that is a hard thing to learn. Because yes, people are going to be there for you, but it is not their job to make you feel better. It is a privilege that your friends care about you enough, that your family cares about you enough, and that your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever cares about you enough to make you feel better. Mm-hmm. But you do not need to transfer that energy to them. It's not their fault. So you need to pick your battle, and that does not mean you can't talk about things, but don't try to do everything at once. Don't try to talk about everything at once. Don't just explode on somebody, and then if they don't give you the answer that you want, don't just sit there and be like, I cannot believe you. Like, try to think outside of your own box. Try to definitely calm down first. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And treat others better than how you expect to be treated.
Amen.
Because that's where it's at.
And Seth, is there anything you would wish to plug? Anything you wish to get out there to the people?
Would you like to play a song for us, Seth?
I believe you.
I believe you brought your ukulele.
I'm not gonna play a song.
Ukulele.
Yeah.
But is there anything you wish to plug? Any projects you coming out with soon? Anything to look out for?
Or just a message you want to say to the people?
Yeah.
A word of advice or anything for aspiring?
Well, one, I am working on an album.
Woo!
Soon enough. Definitely, it still needs a lot of work, but it's falling into place. Mm-hmm. And two, just keep on keeping on, because life has hills, and it's gonna take your own foot and shove it up your own ass.
Yep.
And, you can't really. It's a hard situation to get out of, and once you finally do get your foot out of your ass, it just goes right back up there.
Yeah.
So it's just life, and keep on going. People love you, and yeah.
Well, guys, with that being said, I've been Demonte Jameson.
I've been Aaron Kraft. I'm stretching.
I've been Ashley Pierce.
I've been Seth Stevens.
And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Slow girl.